Welcome back to my channel. My name is Bobby, aka the Influencer CEO, and this is the fastest growing channel for entrepreneurs. Monday, we have motivation videos. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have social media automation, Instagram growth videos. And then Friday, Saturday, we have more general social media growth videos where I dive more into my experience as an Instagram agency owner out here in Hollywood. So make sure you are subscribed. This is the place to be. There's so much cool stuff going on. This video right here that we're watching is actually a multi-part series. In the last video, we did an overview of social media automation. And then in the video before, we did an intro to social media automation where I actually went up and set up this very program that we're about to get in and use today. So pause the video, go watch those videos, and then come back to this if you are at all lost. In those videos, I go over like what is social media automation, what can you do with it. And in this video right here, we're going to take you inside a social media automation program that is Jarvee, the one that we've been talking about in this channel for almost a year now. And we're going to show you a strategy that you can use to blow up, grow your Instagram account on autopilot. I'm going to teach you how to set this up. We're going to be setting it up really quickly. I'm going to go a little bit in depth, so this might go on, but by the end of this video, if you follow along, you're going to have your Instagram account set up for success on autopilot using what I consider is one of the most important marketing tools for brands, businesses, entrepreneurs, celebrities in 2019. So let's get right into it. Okay, so here we are in Jarvee. Now, if you're like, Bobby, how did you get to this point? Remember, there are two videos before this where we go in and set up this program for you. But if you just want to start from here, it's really not that hard to figure out on your own. You just go to social profiles, add your Instagram account, go to tools, click on your Instagram account, and you're here. So what we're going to be teaching you right now is a basic strategy for Instagram growth. Essentially, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up Jarvee to follow targeted users, to follow people that are interested in you automatically, to then unfollow them after 2 days to make room to follow more people. And then we're going to be sending them a message after they follow you. This will help promote engagement and get you a nice celebrity type following, people that are actually genuinely interested in you and your content. So that way we not only have a large following, but we have the engagement to match. So let's pretend that we are, say, a basketball player. What we're going to do is we're going to be using Jarvee to follow other people that are interested in Jarvee, unfollowing them after 3 days, following more people, and then as soon as they follow us, sending them a direct message saying, thank you for the follow. You are so interesting. I would love to have you in my family. Let's keep up the communication, something like that. And of course, all of this is going to be on autopilot, right? So this is the exact same thing as if you were to do this every single day. So imagine, this is how you would have to do this originally. You would have to get on your phone, follow 400 basketball players per day, unfollow them, follow more, and then DM all of them every single day. Now this program is going to do it for you automatically. So that's the strategy we're going to be setting up for you. Following, unfollowing, sending direct message. That is it, okay? Now there's so many other features in Jarvee. We're going to be going over those in other videos. This is just a basic strategy to get you growing as soon as possible. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to put in our settings. Now, I'm gonna go through all of these really quickly because I just want to get you guys going. If you guys want the exact settings to this video, comment I want in below and I'll send you the screenshot and you can just set it in and plug in your targets and then you're done, okay? But for now, let's just go through these. So the three tabs that we need here are follow, unfollow, and then contact. That's it. That's all we're going to be touching. We're also going to make sure that full browser experience is turned on. What this does is it gathers cookies from the internet. It just makes sure that Instagram never catches on to what we're doing. We want Instagram to think that we are a real person. So just make sure you have full browser experience turned on. Thank me later. That is what we need on. So for follow, what we are going to do is we are going to find people that are in our similar niche. So for this one, let's pretend that we are a basketball player because I am uncreative and that's all I can think of, okay? So here is exactly what we're going to do. Now, there are so many places to find people that like basketball. With the follow sources tab it's just who are you going to follow, basically? You're telling this program, go out and follow people on my behalf. Who are you going to follow? Well, I'm a basketball player, so I want to follow basketball players. Okay, well, how do you do that? Well, there's so many different ways we can do that. As you see right here, we can follow by hashtag search. So anybody that likes, say, hashtag basketball, we'll follow them. Anybody that, has hashtag, that has the word basketball, baller, dunk, NBA in their username, we could do that here. We could do by location. We could find a list of specific users. What I have found to work the best is by following followers of target accounts, okay? So for example, we're just gonna do an example here. We're just gonna type in, say, the NBA, Steph Curry, LeBron James, okay? All right, so those are the people that we have added in for us to start following. Now, do not be that general. Here is the my step number one tip to success using social media automation, finding users that are relevant to you. So we're a basketball player. We have just gone out and we have found LeBron James, NBA, and Steph Curry. Why? Because the people that follow those pages, if they're interested in those people who are basketball players, they're most likely interested in our page, which is a basketball page. Now, the thing is about these pages right here, they are too big. So we don't want to use pages that are that big. What we want to do is we want to find more specific pages. So let's say that I am a basketball player and my basketball page is about basketball, but let's say that my basketball page is focused more towards dunking, videos of people dunking. Now what I want to do is I want to get on my phone and I want to find 30 people, I want to find 30 users, 20 to 30 users that also are similar to me, that have smaller followings within the 100,000 to 2 million follower range. So what I could do is I could go, and I'm going to open my phone right now. This is how I actually do my research, is I just get on my Instagram and I just find pages. So for example, Dunk Elite, 120,000 followers. And this page looks pretty decent. So their videos are getting 20,000 views, 17,000 views, 14,000 views, 30,000 views. So that's not bad. So there you go. Dunk Elite. I'll go and I'll type in Dunk Elite. And then what I'll do is I'll usually just press the suggested followers tab. And then, so now for example, look at NBA, 33 million followers. Let's just open that up and click on the first person. Wow, do you think this person is interested in basketball? And this isn't me judging somebody, but just saying that what usually happens when you have pages that large is people follow large pages for all sorts of different reasons, not exactly because they're super interested in basketball. Where if I now go back and I go to Dunk Academics and I click on followers and I click on the first person here, or some of these people here, it seems like they may more likely be interested in basketball. You know, this person has a basketball name. So we want to pick smaller accounts to target. So Dunk Elite, Dunk Academics, and then I would go through and I would find 30 more pages that are in the 100,000 follower to 2 million follower range. And then so Dunk, Donge, Dunk. Okay, so there you go. So step number one, we've opened the follow tab and we've chosen the people that we want Jarvee to pull from. And so now what Jarvee will start doing is it will go and will start following the followers of these target accounts. And remember, we want to put 30 accounts. The more, the better, okay? And then what we want to do is go to settings. So we've just told Jarvee this is who we want to follow. Now we're going to tell Jarvee our specific settings of how many people we want to follow. We want to filter the people that we want to follow, so we're only getting quality. And those are the two things we want to do right now. So here's how I have it set up. And I recommend you just kind of take this video slow. So what I want to do is I want to follow around 14 to 17 people every 13 to 20 minutes with a delay of 28 to 48 seconds, right? Because that's a nice normal range, and I want to do that to 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Now, the reason I choose all of this, and you can mix and match and see what's best for you, but I just find that from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. is when I would normally get on and follow people. So I want to do this every single day of the week. Sometimes I'll take Sunday off. That's completely up to you. And I want to follow a maximum. I only want to follow 300 to 450 per day. Now you can go all the way up to 800 if you want, but the thing is I want quality followers, not quantity. I want quality followers. So I only want to be following around 300 to 450 people per day because I want to be making a connection with all of my new followers. That's how you get social media automation right, is you do it on smaller scales, create a connection, and create an actual fan base. So I personally go 300 to 450. And if I were you, and this is the first time you're using social media automation, what I would do is I would put this number at 100 to 200, and then increase with around 25 until you get around to 450. So you're not just right away following a whole bunch of people, but you're gradually increasing into it. Okay, so those are the settings. And remember, comment I want in if you want me to just send you the screenshots of these. Now, what I also want to do is I want to skip non-English users because I'm in America. I want to make sure they have a profile image because, you know, they need to have a profile image that is indicative of spam users. I want to make sure they have a minimum number of posts because I only want to follow the most active users on Instagram. That's very important. Remember, quality, not quantity. You can get quantity, but focus on the quality first. I want to make sure that they don't have any of these name words in their bio. So for example, free, followers, hack, bot, giveaways. Get that shit out of here, because if you have free or download in your bio, you're most likely a fake user. We don't want fake users. There's a bunch of other options here, but the ones that I have checked on, you can go play with these if you want, but the ones I have checked on is make sure that they have a following ratio. I want to make sure they have 10 to 5,000 followers. Okay, and I'm actually going to increase that. I want to make sure they have at least 500 followers. And then they have 100 to 1,500 followings, so people that they're following. Why? Because every time I post a photo, I do not want to compete with them. Okay, so if somebody's following more than 5,000 people, that means that if somebody opens Instagram every single day, they're seeing a shitload of posts and they might not miss yours, which will hurt your engagement. So you want to make sure you have people, you're following people with a small following. You want to make sure that they posted within a certain amount of days. This is a personal preference, okay? All of these are personal preferences. I want to make sure they post in less 10 days. Like I said, I just would rather be incredibly safe and sacrifice, you know, that I'm getting the most quality followers versus I'm getting a shit ton of followers every day, but they're never on Instagram. They don't like my posts and they're just another number and they're not a real person. So I want to make sure that they're not following this account, right? Because if they already follow me, that's a win. I don't want to follow private users. Usually private users are private for a reason. I want to skip business accounts, and I don't want to follow anybody with more than, you know, 6 digits in their name. Anyone with the that has like a 55554 is usually spam. So that's something I turn on. I want to follow both males and females. And then I don't want to do after follow actions. The only one that this important alert, make sure you mute the users after you follow them. What this feature will do is, since you're going to be following, remember, around 400 people every single day, your timeline is going to be filled with random people. So if you mute them, you'll only be able to see your friends' posts. So you'll keep your timeline the same. If you don't have this checked on, you're gonna have a random timeline. That's another personal preference, but that's the only thing I want on. You can, personal preference for you, you may choose to like their last post. I find the less actions, the better. I just want to follow them, unfollow them, and send them a DM. That's it, right? Quality. Now, if you choose to, you know, like their last post, that may increase the chances that they follow you back. That is completely up to you. So there you go. So now let's recap. I'm following around, let's see, I have 450 people per day. I'm following around 300 to 450 people per day that are English users, have a profile image, have a minimum number of posts, that are quality, that are active on Instagram, and I'm following the followers of Dunk Elite, Dunk Academics, and all of these other Dunk pages, right? So that is the first thing we need to do, is now we're telling our social media automation program who it needs to follow. That is the most important strategy. Now, personally, anybody could have figured this out. This really isn't a lot of secret sauce. The secret sauce is making sure you're following people that are engaged, okay? That's where people get social media automation wrong. And they just, a lot of times people will just go in here and put in like Kylie Jenner, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and just because they have a lot of followers, start following them, and that they ends up happening, you get ghost followers, people that are not engaged with. So make sure you are taking all the proper steps and precautions to only follow engaged users. And 2, this is Bobby's secret sauce. This is what you're getting right now. When you do this, what I do is once I've set in my page, let's say this is my page, it's a dunk page, every single Sunday, I will go in and I will go to results. And this results tab will show you everybody that you have followed within the last week. Now, what I do is I go to view follow back ratio. Now, what that will do is it's going to show you all of the sources. So remember, we put in Dunk Elite, Dunk Academics, and it will give you a ratio of how many of their followers followed you back. Now, here's the secret sauce. Let's say that we have Dunk ratio or Dunk followers, Dunk Academics, and Dunk. Now, if the ratio for the first one is over 20%, that means over 20% of their followers followed you back, keep it, keep riding it. Underneath it, if another account has less than 20%, only 10% of their followers followed you back, that means you followed 100 people and only 10 of them followed you back, axe it, get rid of it. Why? Because it means that the people in that page, for whatever reason, are not interested in you and your content. So then what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll go back to follow sources, and let's say that Dunk was the bad one, I'll get rid of it, okay? And I'll only keep the follow sources that are performing positively, okay? So that's secret sauce number 2. Secret sauce, only follow quality people. Secret sauce number 1, only follow quality people. Secret sauce number 2, constantly be fixing and updating your follow list to make sure that you're only following people that are generally interested in your content. And when it comes to follow back ratio, give it 100 follows. I usually give it 100 to 200 before I say, okay, this is a bad quality source, I'm going to get rid of it. That's why it's so important to put like 30, 40, 50, as many of these as possible in here, so you could take from a large sample size and then whittle it down to a small targeted sample size. So every single week, go in here and fix that. There you go. So we have strategy number 1. We have our follow set up. Now we need to go to unfollow, because we need to unfollow the people that we just told this program to follow for us. Why? Because we need to constantly be refreshing the amount. If we kept following and following and following, what would happen is we would have an Instagram page that's following 4,000, 5,000 plus people. And not only does that look bad, but it's just bad for your account in general. You want to be following a small targeted amount of people. So we do not want to do that. And so what I do is I'll unfollow after 2 or 3 days. I actually even recommend 1 to 2 days. So what you'll be doing is you'll be unfollowing them after 2 days. And I'm not gonna go in depth to this because it's just unfollowing. This is another important alert. The only thing you need to make sure that you're doing here is going down here and it says use whitelist, click that on and click import all of your followers, okay? What that's gonna do, it's gonna import all of your followers that you originally followed on your own, so you will never unfollow any of your friends, family, or whoever you're already following. And then also just make sure that you have this unfollow all users followed by Jarvie. And what this will do is it's only gonna unfollow people that Jarvie unfollows. That means that if I'm running this program and I on my own follow somebody, this program won't unfollow it. It'll only unfollow the people that it follows within Jarvie. So what you need to do is go to follow and just check the number of people. Remember, I did 300 to 450, so just make it the same number here. 300 to 450. So it's going to be constantly following and then 2 days later unfollowing. So your followings number will increase. That is unfortunate and part of it, but that is what you do. So that's unfollow, and remember, comment I want in if you want the settings and I'll send it right to you. I do not do likes, they're inefficient. I just want to do the most basic stuff, which is follow and unfollow, okay? So now that we have followed, remember, we've pretended that we're a basketball player. We have followed people in our niche, and we've even targeted them even more, so we've only followed quality people from a smaller group of following. We've then unfollowed them after 2 to 3 days so we can keep it refreshing it. Now, my next secret sauce is after you get new followers, what we need to do is send them a direct message. Why? Because after somebody follows us, that's only one part of the fucking battle. After somebody follows us, they've given us our attention, their attention. Now we need to keep their attention, okay? So here's another reason people get follow, unfollow wrong. What they do is they get social media automation and they just follow as many people as possible for the day. And then what they do is they just never post, never follow, never engage with them, and they turn into ghost followers and they end up having a shit Instagram account. So what we need to do is every time we get a new follower, we want to send them a personal message. So now we need to go to contact, go to send message to new followers. And what we want to do is we want to send messages only to users followed by this application. And here's where we'll send our message to them. Now remember, you could actually also send a video. That would be pretty cool, huh? Every time you get a new follower, a video of you, hey man, thanks for the follow, what's going on with your life? So what we want to do is we want to make this message as personal without being specific as possible. So what I like to do is, hey man, thanks for the follow. What are you working on? Okay. Now, you wouldn't use that exactly, but the point is to send somebody a message that incites a response by them and seems authentic. So here's something that people do. Hey, thanks for the follow. You're amazing. Bullshit. Everybody knows that shit's fake. Do something that's real. Ask them a question. Where are you from? Why did you follow me? We want to start a conversation with them. The more that we start a conversation, we're doing two things. One, and the most important, is we're tricking Instagram's algorithm, okay? Every time you send a direct message to somebody and they send you a response back, it increases the chances that our Instagram posts and Instagram stories are seen by them because Instagram's algorithm says, hey, these people are communicated within DMs, they must be close friends, so we should show this person's content to this person's content. Okay, so now that we've done that, we need to send them a message. And so here's how we do it. We just type it right here. Hey, hello. And now I'm going to teach you really quickly how to use Spintax. So what Spintax means is, so for example, now that we've typed hey, hello, what this is going to do, it's going to send that exact same message to them every single time. Every time you get a new follower, it's going to say hey, hello. We don't want to keep sending the same message. We want to sometimes we want to say hey, hello. And sometimes we want to say, hey, what's up? So what we're going to do is we're going to do something called Spintax. So it looks just like this, okay? So you put all the things that you want to say within these two brackets, and then what you do is every time you want to say something different, you put this little line thing right here, line thing right here, and so now check it out. I'm going to press check Spintax. And so it says, here is a random result. Hey, what's up? And then I just did it again, and hey, hello. So 50% of the time it's gonna choose this, 50% of the time it's gonna choose that. So you can get really, really complicated with that. What you can do is something like, hey, you are amazing. The best, so cool. Close it, check the Spintax, and then it's going to pull a random one of that every single time, okay? So like I said, what we've done here is we've boosted ourselves inside Instagram's algorithm, and we have also, we boosted ourselves inside Instagram's algorithm, and we've also created a connection with somebody to make sure that we are not having ghost followers, okay? So now what we need to do is we need to go to send messages and just turn this on. And we want to, here's my settings I have right here. I will say this about direct messages, don't go for overkill, okay? What we wanna do here is we only wanna send only one message at a time, only about 30 times per day. That's it. You don't wanna send more than 50, 60, 70 messages. So these are my settings right here. You can pause and take a look at it. Okay, and then that is it. So what we've done right now, just to recap, we have followed targeted users, we've unfollowed them and made room for new users, and then we've sent them a direct message after they have followed us. So what we've done is we've just created our own targeted pool. We've connected with them, we've turned them into real fans, and now we're going to have an amazing Instagram following as well as amazing Instagram engagement. So that's it. Now let's get back and let's recap all this. Man, my voice is dead. I'm talking so much. But you know what? It was important for me to explain this entire strategy. Hopefully you guys got something out of it. Remember, comment "I want" in below if you want me to send you those exact settings so you don't have to keep pausing. But remember, when you're going through this, we have been gifted the ability. Social automation is a gift. We can grow our brands on autopilot. And remember, the secret sauce is by growing an engaged following, a quality following. So when you are growing your brand, do you just want numbers, which is completely fine? Or do you want to grow an engaged brand that cares about you, that cares about your content, that gives you amazing, amazing engagement? So remember that when you are putting your settings, remember that when you are choosing your targets, we want quality, not quantity. That is the strategy for success. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the fastest growing channel for entrepreneurs. We have social media automation videos every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Instagram growth videos every Friday, Saturday, where I go about my experience as an Instagram growth agency, running an Instagram growth agency out here in Hollywood. So like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram at The Influencer CEO. If you have any questions, I always answer my DMs. In the next video, we're gonna be going over some more advanced strategies. I'll see you guys next time.